Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Anthony Yarde versus Sergey Kovalev. This is an intriguing and interesting matchup. You have two different fighters at two different points in their career. You see Anthony Yarde is ready to break into the world of stardom by becoming a world champion, by defeating, the older veteran, the current world champion. You got to beat the man to be the man, and Anthony Yarde wants to be the man. He's undefeated. He's a knockout artist. He has all the potential in the world. And then on the other hand, you have Sergey Kovalev, who's shown a resilience to, if he loses his belt, he gets it back. It's a true, test of wills here. And we would say that, with Anthony Yarde, to some degree, he's still a lot of unproven. He hasn't been in there with an elite level or top level, world level fighter. But he has been in there, and he's looked good in every test that he's had. He's performed well, and he's got a lot of knockouts. So Anthony Yarde does look the part when it comes to that, but he hasn't looked the part against the top tier competition. And, typically, if you look at it like this, you would have wanted Anthony Yarde to come in and have a step-up fight before he runs into this fight. But, that's not the path they chose. They wanted to go right into this fight. They believe they could win. They feel like this is a winnable fight for them, and they believe that Sergey Kovalev is not invincible. They believe that he has deficiencies and weaknesses that they can conquer and counter. So this will be a very interesting fight to see how they overcome that and how they get to Sergey Kovalev, because the key for Anthony Yarde is getting on the inside of Sergey Kovalev, not letting him use his long arms to try to keep him at bay and hit him with big power shots. Anthony Yarde needs to get inside early and often, and he needs to hit Sergey Kovalev clean to the body and to the head. Work the body, break him down methodically round by round, and try to get a stoppage. That's what I would assume the game plan is. On the other hand, you see Sergey Kovalev. He had an interesting history. Sergey Kovalev came out, as a top tier fighter, and he dropped Andre Ward in their first fight. That was a very interesting fight. He's shown in that first fight that many people felt he beat Andre Ward in that first fight. Many people felt like he deserved a decision in that first fight. We've never seen Andre Ward dropped and handled like Sergey Kovalev handled him. We've never seen Andre Ward visibly bothered by the shots that Sergey Kovalev was letting off on Andre Ward. And this is a Hall of Fame undefeated top level fighter, Andre Ward. So we can only imagine what's going to happen when Anthony Yarde steps in there with Sergey Kovalev. And then the next fight, Sergey Kovalev got stopped by Andre Ward, and so then you see a little bit further down the line, Eliezer Alvarez stopped Sergey Kovalev, but Sergey Kovalev he was winning the fight when he got stopped against Eliezer Alvarez. And, a lot of people felt like that, he was done. He was over for him. Eliezer Alvarez pretty much put him away. And you know what? That wasn't the end of Sergey Kovalev, because he came back and won the rematch. It was a make it or break it for Sergey Kovalev. He came back, won the rematch, showed that he wasn't done, showed that he's still a live dog in the division, and he came back and regained the world championship. So you see that Sergey Kovalev, after a defeat, he has the resiliency of a champion, came back and still has a lot left in the tank, and beat Eliezer Alvarez thoroughly, convincingly, and it wasn't even close in that regard. So you see that Sergey Kovalev still has a lot of juice in the tank. Anybody saying that Kovalev is done is a fanboy. If Anthony Yarde wins this fight, it'll be because he's just much better than we anticipated, not because Sergey Kovalev's done. Sergey Kovalev has showed us his most recent fight that he's still a good fighter and has a lot left in the tank. This is Sergey Kovalev's home turf, and Anthony Yarde's going over there. So if he could beat Sergey Kovalev, that'll make a huge statement. But ultimately, my prediction comes down to Sergey Kovalev. I believe the experience, the power, and everything that Kovalev has built to this moment should be enough to get him to fight. But the fact that he is weak to the body, the fact that Anthony Yarde is a strong fighter, and the fact that Sergey Kovalev has been stopped twice, I feel like that gives Anthony Yarde a very good and real possibility of winning this fight. Ultimately, I'm going to have to side and pick Sergey Kovalev to win the fight, but I do think Anthony Yarde is a live dog, and I wouldn't be surprised at an upset. But once again, Unbiased as always, just the IBFP.